Hey everyone, welcome to the podcast, episode 3. And you might realize there's another one coming up today, which is episode 2, with my special guest, which I will not say in this video because I want you to find out who it is in that video. But I hope you all listen to that one because that was really fun. Anyway, again, since it's just me today, we're just going to be talking about video games, movies, and comic books. Well, somewhat of comic books. I just have a couple things to say about that today because I haven't read a lot since when we recorded that. But anyway, let me just pause this for 1 second and I'll get started. Alright, sorry about that. I had to go pick up some stuff quickly. So let's get into the topics today. How about video games? Yeah, I just got Driver San Francisco. Uh, and what can I say about it is that it's an under game because when it came out the same day as Dead Island, and which kind of sucked because everyone bought that game, and then a couple other games got put under the radar, like Driver, so no one really picked it up. Now that I'm playing it, I think it might be better than Dead Island itself. Because what I know about it is that it's it's a good game. Like seriously, it's a good game. A couple problems here and there, but I recommend like a good like spent time on it. Like there's a lot of side missions. There's a good story to it. The characters you actually care about. That's how you can care about when the game works. But with that being said, it does have its issues. It's got AI problems and all that, but I still say pick it up. I mean, if you want like a fun racer to drive around in for like a couple days, like the story's a long story. It's about over right now. I'm over 6 hours in. I'm not done with the game yet. It's got a couple chapters, but yeah, it's not that it's a hard game. It's just that it's gonna take you some time because it'll be a bumpy ride. Let's just say that. All right, next on our list, let's talk about something else. Hold on 1 second. I got a call. Two interruptions in the podcast. Great. Give me 2 minutes. I am so sorry about these interruptions, guys. I'm just gonna be really busy next week, and people need to know plans with me, and I need to figure out how am I gonna do all this podcast stuff too at the same time. So, excuse me. Had had to swallow like I usually do, but in other news, not in other news. The first news story, uh, Gears of War Judgment got a release date. Well, not a release date, a release month, and it's gonna be in next year. Does that mean it's? Do I think that's early? Hell yeah. I mean, it's just like Dead Space. And okay, it's March too. Oh my god, what the fuck? Can you wait a little bit longer? It's less than 2 years. Like seriously, I it's not that I think Gears of War 3 is a bad game. I just haven't beaten the story yet, which I feel ashamed about myself because uh, Gears of War 3 is actually a really good game. I only play it for multiplayer reasons, but you know, I love you too. And what else do we got? Let's talk about the 3DS XL. Do I think this is a stupid idea? And honestly, no, because I think it will make Nintendo more money. I can see it that standpoint. Yes, it's a good idea. And you know what? Keep it going, okay? They want money. You know what? Whatever. Keep their money. They can do whatever the fuck they want. It's Nintendo, so don't fuck with them, but whatever. It's like, God, it's not that I hate Nintendo or a fanboy of Nintendo. I just their ideas they sometimes get really fucked up. Like their Wii U already fucking up. And what else? Uh, they're probably gonna fuck up the 3DS now. They're gonna fuck up a lot of things. I'm just gonna say that. Okay. That's not good for them. But If they want to go that route, you know what? I've given up on them. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, Halo 4 has a new console. Oh my! I don't know why games release new games with console versions. Well, the fact is that if we want to buy your game, we're just gonna buy your game. We don't need to buy a new console for it. Like seriously, if we wanted to buy a new console for it, we would have not gotten the console in the first place and waited until it comes out. So, what was the point? Okay, like already got the game. Okay, so stop. I don't need a new console that has the game all over it. Finally, one more news story quickly before I say a game you should not pick up. Minecraft and Trials appear to be getting free DLC this summer, which I'm completely happy about. Wait, yeah, I'm happy about that. Even though it's just like skins and tracks, well, skins for Minecraft and tracks for Trials. Still, Minecraft doesn't have that much to offer, you know. It's just the game you hit blocks with, and I love the game too. It's so addicting. But you know, I'm happy if we're getting free DLC. We don't have to pay for anything. Even though it's just skins, again, I don't care. It's still cool. And then Trials is getting new tracks, which are like, holy shit, Trials Evolution, one of the best arcade games I've played yet today, even though I want to stab myself sometimes for playing it. Oh shit, sorry I dropped my phone. But, again, I love the game. Like, seriously, it's so much fun to play with. Play with. Play on the Xbox. So, when those come out, I say pick them up, definitely. Well, of course you're going to pick them up. They're free. Finally, a game you should not pick up, and I had the suffer of playing it. And if you've seen reviews of it from months and months ago, I think you know what game it is. It's an arcade game, and it's just a name. And yeah, you already know. You want to shoot yourself because I'm going to say it. But, Amy, that game is so fucking terrible. It's not even funny. Like, if you could make a game that was broken and then break it more, you wouldn't even have the game still. You would just have a broken game. If you wanted Amy, you needed a game that was incomplete, break it down into pieces, and then just take a shit on it. Like, take a steamy dump on its fucking face. Oh yeah, you got Amy. And that's not cute. I'm just gonna say that right now. That is not cute whatsoever. Alright, well now we're off the topic of video games. Let's go into our movie news. And let me swallow again. Okay. So, we already heard about the RoboCop remake. So, it's gonna suck. Because I fucking love RoboCop. Okay? That movie, well, I wasn't born in the 80s. I wasn't born in the 70s either, so I didn't see it. I saw it on Netflix, because, you know, Netflix is Netflix, and they have all good movies on there. And I saw it on there, and I said, you know, it looks interesting to watch. I watched it, and I felt, wow, at the time, this must have been really fucking good graphics and all these animations. Because I was really impressed with the movie. I liked it. I really liked it. Right now, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10. Definitely. I liked the movie. And the RoboCop as a character, he was perfect. I loved his character. Oh my god. Sorry. But now that they're making a remake, I'm kind of worried because it's not that I don't like remakes. I just don't like remakes and stuff that I like. Okay? If it's on something I didn't like that much, like Spider-Man, I know they remade it. I don't care. I liked it. And Batman, they remade it, basically. They reimagined it as Batman Begins in the Dark Knight. I liked it. You know, because Batman and Robin, you know, for what that was a horrible piece of shit. But I don't know. I just seem really worried about RoboCop. Like when Terminator Salvation came out, I know that's not a remake. That's supposed to be a sequel, and I'm putting that in quotation marks, like really long quotation marks. You know, that didn't turn out so good. I know people liked it for it being alright, but still, you know, I wish they would have had real Arnie in there instead of CGI Arnie. That was like the only good part of that movie when Arnold came out and attacked Christian Bale. Or was it Sam Worthington? You know what? I don't care. But with that said, I just have to hope that we get something good. Okay? We hope we get something good out of this RoboCop, okay? Hopefully this director, or whoever this is, knows what they are doing. Because if it turns out to be a total recall, like it's the exact same movie, might as well just fucking blow my brains out right now. Someone come over. Bring the shotgun. You got this? Oh yeah, I do. A boom. So, oh yeah, we got Darren Aronofsky's new movie. It's just called Noah. So Noah's Ark is gonna get a new movie. Well, not Noah's Ark. Just Noah is gonna get a new movie, and it's gonna star Russell Crowe, of course. And I don't know. Was I the only one that didn't like Robin Hood that much, and I thought Gladiator was okay? Like, I don't know. I don't know if Gladiator should have won the Oscar, because I know it's a good movie. Yeah, it's a good movie, but I didn't think it deserved the Oscar. And at the time, I bet a lot of people were like happy with the Oscars that it gave the movie, but I really don't care that it got an Oscar. I really don't care what the Oscars say, because last year the artist, sure, yeah, I don't care. You could have gave it another movie, but who cares? You know, because we're the Oscars, we know better than you. Ho ho. Yeah, they totally do. They totally know what a good movie is. Huh. That's like with the VGAs. Oh, we give Madden the game of the year. They're like, well, at least not MTV. Let's give Breaking Dawn Part 1 movie of the year. Ugh. Stupid. Stupid. I had to yawn. Because, you know, yawning's good. But, I have hope for it, you know. Even though I said Robin Hood wasn't that good, Darren Aronofsky knows that he can pull off some stuff. I know that he can do that. He can totally do it. And, you know, what can happen? And, again, another remake that I'm going to bring up quickly, because I don't know why it needs a remake, but I love. It's not that I love the movie, but I like the movie for what it was. Actually, I like the mother in the movie, but Carrie, you know, the Stephen King book, the remake for that. Again, why the hell do we need a remake of that? Like seriously. But I guess the only good thing out of it is that we're gonna get Chloe, uh, whatever her last name is that she's gonna be Carrie, which is okay, I guess. I'm just, I can't. It's the fact that I can't see her in the role, and I can't see her in the role is because Carrie is supposed to be this Christian, no sinful girl, okay? And Chloe, when I see her, I don't see that. Like the original actress who played Carrie, I don't remember her name, but the original actress who did that was fucking perfect. Not really perfect, but she played the role like I thought it would be at the time in the '70s. That was perfect. And the mother, oh my god, that woman deserved the Oscar, and gladly she did. Well, I can't remember what her name was, but it's not even funny how good the. It's not that the movie was bad, but it was good. It was really good. But on the here's another thing though. Chloe, when I see her as Hit Girl, and I can't get her out of my head. So when I go see the movie, all I'm gonna see is Oh look, it's Hit Girl. Why is she playing someone that's super calm and if she, I don't know. I don't know. She doesn't seem that good for me to look at. Like seriously. And for the rest of the movie, I know how the rest of the movie goes. She goes to prom, and her mother says that's a sin, that something bad's gonna happen. Foreshadow, and then fucking, uh, I, it, oh my god, I don't know about this movie. I don't know about this remake. This remake I'm really worried about. I was worried about RoboCop. Yeah. And quick, one more movie news. In fact, I didn't even go into comics this time around. Really, I didn't really talk about comics, but Jobs. Job is the movie. I'm I'm really scared for that movie. Why? Because Ashton Kutcher's gonna be playing fucking Steve Jobs. What? Again, what? I don't even need to say anymore. Like Ashton Kutcher is Steve Jobs. What the fuck, movie? What the fuck? You really have to do this? It's not even funny. Not even funny. Fuck you, movie. Fuck you. Oh yeah, I just remembered. Uh, Mockingjay, Hunger Games, 2 parts. Really? Really, movie? You have to follow Harry Potter and Breaking Dawn. We have to copy off of each other because we think, oh yeah, because it's the last book, let's make more money off of it. It's like if a comic series did that. It's like if The Dark Knight did that. Oh yeah, we're doing a trilogy. Oh yeah, by the way, the third movie's gonna be split up into 2 movies. So oh excuse me. So I'm gonna make more money. My name's Chris Nolan. He would never do that because he's smart. I don't know why all these other directors are thinking, let's make more. Oh my god, terrible hiccups. Let's make more money. What's up? Oh my god, hiccup, hiccup, hiccup. That time you hurt that one. Hold on, let me roll my breath. I don't know why these directors need to make more money. I mean, if they release one movie, more of the demographic will probably go to that movie. So I guess it's your fucking loss, but you know I don't care. These directors know what's what. So anyway, I'm done talking about these stupid movie ideas, honestly. So let's just go on to comics. And of course, we have to do recommendations. Today's recommendation, if you haven't read this graphic novel yet, you wouldn't even call yourself a comic fan. You have to read Watchmen because it set the demographic from comics in general. When you read it, you feel different about yourself. You feel different about superheroes in general. Like, could this demographic actually happen? Could time change actually happen too? And I really, really enjoy that. I really, really enjoy the factor of that. Like, the characters are really intriguing too. And you might get lost with it too, but you know, that's Alan Moore's style. Okay, you gotta love his beard. Is probably does all the work for him. His beard's like, let me do all the thinking, and you just do all the writing because you have the hands. Not trying to diss Alan Moore, but I love his beard. But you know, the comic for the style uh, it was probably the best that I've known. So yeah, I say pick it up. And the comics that I thought okay, you know, probably not memorable. And these are actual comics. They're called DC/Marvel All Access. And what happened was DC and Marvel at the time, they were like, let's work together. You know, let's bring our comic books together. And they decided, let's fight. So it's Marvel versus DC. And at the time, I bet comic fans all the rage were just like, holy shit, we're gonna have DC and Marvel fighting in the same comic. I mean, like, you got matchups like Superboy versus Spider-Man, or Storm versus Wonder Woman, or Superman versus the Hulk, or Batman versus Captain America. Like, oh my god, it's not even funny how people were hyping up for this shit. Like, I would be hyping up at the time too when these came out. But after that, we got in a new comic series after that. It's called DC Marvel All Access. What happened was after the fight, um, this this combined force that made all the Marvel DC universe combined. Um, Doctor, I think it's Doctor Apocalypse or something. It's a combination between Doctor Strange. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but Doctor Strange is combined with another person from the DC universe, and they morph all of them into one, basically. So you look at the characters, it's like, oh yeah, Batman is combined with Wolverine. Oh, Superman's combined with Captain America. Oh, that's kind of cool. At the time, oh my god, what the fuck happened? So you're looking at, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And the first issue is you see this guy in the back. He's fusing together. You see all the Marvel heroes running on the side. You see all the DC characters running on the side, on the right side, Marvel's on the left side, and this says starring Superman and Spider-Man. You're like, oh shit, this is good. And they give you a little backstory of all the Marvel and DC um, fights, and I'm like, cool, cool, okay. But but the comic starts going down from there because you get a new character. His name's His name's Axis. He's a superhuman Axis, and I don't like his character. I honestly didn't like his character. And this is a 4 comic issue series. Let me just say that I got all 4. I read them all. They were all okay. I didn't like Access at all because his character is really kind of bland, and his girlfriend was just a bitch the whole time. And he senses that Venom has gone into the DC universe. He's in Metropolis, and Superman fights Venom. You're like, holy shit, this is really cool. But boom, Superman, fight, fight, fight. Oh shit. And then Axis is just like, oh, let me help. Oh. And Superman and he's like, no. Thank you, Superman, for being the smart guy. Or was he really being cocky? But whatever. So Superman's fighting Venom, and Axis is like, I don't want to help. And then he goes into his portal thing. Superman's about to get killed by Venom. All of a sudden, Spider-Man! Woo! And you're just like, Spider-Man and Superman. They're fighting on the same page. They're fighting Venom. Venom disappears, and then Axis is like, let me help. And then Spider-Man and Superman. Next page, full screen. Both of them, Spider-Man swinging away, Superman flying away. Stay here. And I just started clapping because that character is so fucking boring. So anyway, you know how it goes. They beat up Venom, and then he transports Spider-Man and Venom back to the Marvel universe, which Axis lives in, apparently. Axis is the only one who can travel between the realms, but somehow people are changing between realms. Next issue, Jubilee from the X-Men is like, holy shit, let me, I want to go see Robin, because he's so attractive and cute, even though we fought in the DC vs. Marvel thing, which is kind of weird. So, Axis travels them into the DC universe, and Jubilee basically wants to go on a date with Robin for one time, and Robin's like, I'm dating someone, okay? So, I don't know if this could work, cross-universe relationship. All of a sudden, Two-Face comes out of nowhere, and they have to fight him, and of course, they win. And then Axis is like, what the fuck happened? Oh well. Actually, no. He gets shot in the head by Two-Face, and then he fucking comes back up and he's like, oh yeah, what happened? And then Scorpion comes out of nowhere and attacks. Okay. End of comic. Next issue. I don't know why I won't spoil the 4th one. Okay, I'll just tell you what happens to the 3rd one. And I won't spoil the 4th one. Because the 4th one's actually the best one out of all of them. Surprisingly. But, 3rd one. Uh, Batman comes in and beats up Scorpion. And then Axis sends Scorpion back into the universe. And he tells Jubilee, oh, we gotta go. I gotta take Batman with me because I think I know what's going behind this. And he thinks it's Doctor Strange, Doctor whatever his name was combined. Some of that's still left in Doctor Strange and wants to take over, so he goes back, he takes Batman with him because Batman's the greatest detective in the world. That's the fact. That's not a fact. That's the truth, which is a fact. So, he goes back with him, and yeah. So Batman finds Doctor Strange, he's like, oh my god, you coming with me, I gotta figure this out. And then the X-Men show up. So you're like, holy shit, the X-Men show up. And they start beating the shit out of Batman. I'm like, the fuck? Batman, come on. You got this. All of a sudden, Axis come back. The Justice League shows up. You got Superman. You got Green Lantern. You got Wonder Woman. You got Martian Manhunter. You got Aquaman. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So in the 4th comic, X-Men versus Justice League. Okay, I want to stop right there because after that, it gets pretty crazy. And I want you to read the fourth comic for yourself. But it's okay. The first three, I don't know if you want to make it through the first two. The third one's actually pretty good because you got Batman. And the second issue is just Robin and Jubilee swinging in the air. The first one you actually want to read, and the second one's like, Robin the sidekick, and then Jubilee the girl that always gets herself into freaking trouble. You know, whatever. Damsel in distress. That's what I call her. And then a comic I do not recommend you reading. And I do not recommend reading. Let me get up. And go to my comic collection quickly and look at the comics I have. I do not recommend you reading uh, Green Lantern Brightest Day. Okay, there we go. And it's not that I hate Green Lantern, okay? I just found it boring. I tried reading this over and over and over again. Like, I wanted to read it, and oh my god, was it boring. Like, I finished reading it. I was like, oh my god, I finished. But it was boring. Oh my god, if you want a really boring book, pick that one up. Like, seriously. Seriously. But, all that, oh my god, no. Boring as AF. Like, I wanted to shoot myself while reading it because I was pulling myself to read it. I really don't want to read it again. I'm leaving it on my shelf. Like, the cover makes it look kind of interesting. You you see all the lanterns, and you're like, holy shit! They just had a truce, so they're all gonna fight together. They're all gonna fight together against something cool. No, 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 not really. No, let's just say that. So basically, the cover's like a fuck you, pick up my book because it looks good. And in the back of the book, you actually see Superman in the Flash, and you see one of the Orange Lanterns, the main Orange Lantern. I can't remember his name because it was weird, but he looks like a weird bull mixture with like a rat or something. But he's on the back too, and there were some good parts to it, like when Flash actually showed up, it was actually pretty good, but it's pretty boring. Like when you get all of them together, you're thinking, oh my god, this can be cool, and even Lobo shows up. Lobo, who I think is actually not one of the best characters in the DC universe, even though he did give Superman a bloody nose. Like, sure, he's a bounty hunter. He fights, he collects intergalactic bounties. He's not that interesting of a character, so I don't care. With that being said, though, really fucking boring. Unless you're into boring comics, don't pick it up. Alright, so I guess this concludes the third podcast. And yeah, this is definitely shorter than the second podcast. The second podcast, like an hour long. I want to go, it's just more fun having a second person here to talk about stuff with. Because he had things to talk about, and I had things to talk about, and that made it more longer. Now it's just my stuff I need to talk about. Plus, he had his own section. So, there you go. Ugh. I'll bring him back a couple of times, so I'll talk about him in the fourth one, because I know by then. I don't. I'm thinking about if I need to do the fourth one, like, earlier next week, because Friday I'm going to be super busy. Like, Friday in the morning, I have a show to do. Like, I'm doing a performance for something. So, I'm going to be busy that morning. I'm gonna go out to lunch, probably. I'm probably going to go see The Dark Knight Rises that day, too. So, itch my face, why? So yeah, I'm gonna see The Dark Knight Rises. I'm probably gonna do a review after I see it, and then I don't know if I'm gonna do the podcast that day because the next day I'm leaving to go to Florida, which brings up the fact I probably need to do 2 podcasts again next week, and then figure out a way to upload it. So I'm just my hands in the air, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'll think about what I'm gonna do, and then I'll tell you guys in an update video soon. Okay. So, again, let me just leave you with a couple things. My Twitter. XXX Sonic Fable XX, because, you know, Twitter wouldn't let me do the extra X. Fuck you. Then we got my Facebook fan page, which is XXX Sonic Fable, XXX, Facebook.com/XXX Sonic Fable, XXX. I believe it is. Let me just check 1 second. Yeah, no, it's just Sonic Fable, okay, with lower cases. Um, Lowercase s and then numbers for, like, you know, 0 for the O, 1 for the I, 4 for the A, 1 for the L, and 3 for the E, you know, because I'm cool like that. But, you know, still check it out. Tell me what you, I'm gonna probably try. I'll try to update on here because, you know, because it's kind of frustrating, you know. But, you know, check it out still. Try to like it. And then, pretty much that's it. I have, if you have anything, comment below. Tell me how I did. I'm gonna leave you with a question because I know we did 2 questions last time, but that was with Brian. Um, 2 questions. What movie would you want to see a remake of that you think would actually be really good? Honestly, a movie that I would see a remake of was probably Mystery Men. It's Mystery Men's another comic book movie, and stupid computer, shut up. But Mystery Men's a really good comic book movie with Ben Stiller, and it's got a couple other comedic actors. I thought it was good, but you know it deserves a remake because I don't think a lot of people saw it, and yeah, that's a good movie. So, what movie would you love to see? What movie would you like to see a remake of that you actually think would deserve a good remake? So leave your comment. So leave your answer in the comments below. Comics. Write your own comics and tell me your answer in that form. No, comments below, and I'll look for them, and I'll probably, you know what I'm gonna do next episode. I'm gonna look at the best answers if I do get any answers. I'm gonna look at the best answers. I'm gonna say the best answers. I'm gonna be like, I agree with that or I disagree with that. Like, yeah, but please elaborate why you think it's gonna be good. Like, because I think the Mystery Men remake would be good because, not that it's up to date, but I think people would actually see it this time around. Because, you know, comic book movies are in the high now. Like, I know in the 70s and the 80s and the 60s and stuff like that, comic movies were around, yeah, but still, we didn't get, like, the best out of all. Like, right now, we're getting, like, the best movies. We got Dark Knight Rises. I'm gonna write a slash right there because I don't know if Dark Knight will be better than Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, I just said that. I don't know if Dark Knight will actually be better than Dark Knight Rises, because you never know. But I still know Dark Knight Rises is going to be a great movie. And then you got X-Men First Class, and then you got the new Avengers movie. You got Iron Man. You got the new Spider-Man movie. Like, we are set for comic books, but we need to see like more indie comic books being made. So, and we need good comic book movies. We don't need a Green Lantern. But, you know, Green Lantern wasn't that bad. You know, I don't know why people say it's like, terrible is the worst comic book movie ever. There are worse. I'm just going to say that right now. There are worse. But again, leave me an answer below of what movie you would love to see a remake of that would actually be good. And an explanation why. Even a sentence. Just give me a sentence why, and I'll be like, okay, good. Make sure I won't judge you because it's your opinion. I'm just going to pick the best one that I think is, wow, that's true. And I'm going to pick, not the worst one, but the one I don't really agree with the most. But, again, leave your answers below. Again, subscribe to this channel, okay? Subscribe to XXX Sonic Fable XXX. And make sure you check out Fan Bites because I just had my Spider-Man gameplay on there. It gets cut off at the end of it, but then come back to my channel if you want to watch the rest of it, you know? It's all good. But yeah, again, I am free to contact. You need to contact me any of the ways below. Any ways I just said, and then I'm going to leave all the info below that you can just easily go to me quickly. So yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about in this podcast. So, I'm going to talk to you guys later. I hopefully will see you with a new podcast next week. I don't know when I'm going to record it. I might do a special video for the podcast next week, actually, so, you know, check back with me later, and I will talk to you guys soon. Alright.